We just need you to keep doing the job. We're just not going to pay you for 6 months. No, fuck, get the boy.
You come over, you eat my pussy, you leave.
Right.
And that's it. No reciprocation.
And then I watch fucking Dateline with Earl.
Yeah. Ew. Earl. And after a long break off, the boys, Chris Bazemore and Chris Reiter, are back. And on this episode, they discuss what does it mean to take a break in a relationship. They share their feelings on if they think it would help, would they do it, and what are the rules to them. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to the I Can Explain That podcast, the only podcast we go through each other's search histories and start conversations off.
I think we used to go with welcome back, the fucking, I Can Explain That, where we invade your motherfucking privacy.
There you go.
There we go. There we are. We're back.
We're back.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. I need mental health from him.
No, you lie.
Well, Omicron, that was a thing.
That was for sure.
That was a thing.
A problem.
Yeah. Omarion was dancing on all of us.
What the fuck he was doing?
I hate it.
I know. I look more like, remember when Kevin Hart does the
yeah.
But that's also what Omarion was doing.
The word I'm thinking of calling you, I can't say.
I know.
Since we've been gone, I feel like it's only right that us coming back, we should address taking breaks.
Take a break.
So have you ever taken a break in a relationship?
Hamilton reference.
Yeah, no, I went right by it.
No.
You've never tried to take a break in a relationship?
No. Why?
Because, it could be helpful.
What do you define taking a break?
Well, my definition of taking a break may be different from everyone else's.
Yeah, I know season 3 Ross. Go ahead.
You just with the references today. I would go, taking a break for me is when it's no other way to say it, when you just feel like you don't want to necessarily sever all the ties. You just want to see what's out there. In the words of Darnell Jones, you trying to figure out if this is where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Where you want to be, actually, is what he said.
Right.
So I think taking a break in a relationship is when you you don't sever ties, but you kind of like just see what's happening. See how it is to be without, to see if you really want to be. If you want
So you want to break up with someone to see if there's better options.
Yeah, it's kind of like a 2 weeks notice in a way.
Fuck that.
That's what is taking a break to you? How would you?
That's what I think of when I hear the term take a break. Now, there's a difference between, for me, like if you say you need space, which necessarily isn't saying I want to see other people.
Yeah, no, even when you say take a break, you don't go, I'm taking a break so I can fuck someone else.
That's what I think of, though. So if you tell me you need space, it's just like, I just need some me time. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, no.
If you just need some time, some solo time, have all the solo time you need to refresh, do whatever you got to do. But to take a break to basically go date other people, to go play the field, and then come back to this situation if it doesn't pan out how you thought it would, nah, I ain't nobody's Huckleberry. And you shouldn't be either.
The fuck is a Huckleberry?
God damn it. Okay. Boo Boo the Fool?
I like that one.
Okay, there we go.
Because Huckleberry seems like, you remember, what's his name? Finn?
Finn who?
Nick, I can't. All right. He had a character. He wrote a book. He had a character named N-Word Jim.
Yeah. Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah, that was his name?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Thought that was a character from the book.
It's called Nick Boy. It's Huckleberry Finn.
They didn't teach us that because they knew how offensive that would be to us. You was in Missouri. They didn't give a shit. They didn't teach us. So it was Huckleberry.
It's Huckleberry Finn, yeah.
And his friend, Nigga Jim. Yeah, I didn't like that. I never read that book in life.
Really? Huh.
No. So I only had, and Mark Twain is who I was looking for. That's what I was trying to say, but I thought the nigga name was Finn. Was Huckleberry Finn. It's like, Mark Twain's. Jesus. Public school wins again.
But yeah, space is one thing. If you need space, solo time to just do something for you, reset, do whatever that is. As long as space, but the relationship is still intact, we're not seeing other people, that's cool. But basically a de facto breakup so you can go see if there's better shit out there and then come back to it if you don't like what you find. That's toxic to me a bit.
Yeah, no, I think it's very much toxic.
That's like that's like the evolved form of you hit on this girl, she says no, and then you hit on her friend, and you be like, I'm not about to be your second choice.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you definitely make your. So I've thought about taking a break, but for that reason. Also, I was a child, so I was just like, I just want to do things with my penis.
Right.
It wasn't more so, hey, I really need a break. It was just like, I don't know why this is, but in a relationship, from what I noticed, I'll be chilling out single on the prowl and can't get nothing. Right. And then as soon as I'm in a relationship, it's women just throwing pussy at me. Like just coming up to me like,
throwing the pussy, I'm catching. Woo! That's a Jeezy reference.
I know.
Okay.
I like that one better than Huckleberry. He never said Huckleberry.
Don't be mad at me because you can't read.
Can you imagine stumbling over nigga Jim? Like that?
Niagara Jim? He's African?
Niagara? What? That's more Indian.
Niagara?
Falls?
I was trying to say Nigeria.
So I looked up, what does it mean to take a break, one?
Okay, yes.
And then I also looked up rules for taking a break and how to go about taking a break.
Sure. If a break means the relationship is still intact and you're still only seeing each other, that's fine. Because to me, a break is just like, I just need some me time for a while.
Yes. So according to brides.com.
It's a weird source.
Hey, man.
People who are about to not take a break.
Who's committed.
Right.
It just says till death do us part.
Right.
No, it says in the most fundamental sense, taking a break means that you and your partner haven't officially broken up, but you've decided to take some time from each other in the relationship. So similar to what you were saying, just kind of like, well, I think it's more close to me actually, but without I don't think you take a break for the purpose of going with other people. I think that's just a thing that may happen. So you got to understand that within the realm of the break, that is a possibility. Because they're now just moving.
Well, then then I feel like you talk about, you are forward with your expectations in that manner, and what you what's the word I'm looking for? Not borders, but like, I'm still talking in like, not parameters, but boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm dating someone and they want to take a break, and I say okay, that's fine, but like, a boundary for me is that we're still only seeing each other. I'm not kind of cool with you seeing other people, and they still want that. Then it's like, I think we should just break up then.
I think it's all intentions, like you said.
Right.
Yeah. Like if you're taking a break with the intention of having sex with other people, then no.
That's just you just delaying a breakup.
Yeah, you're basically just.
Have you ever seen the movie How to Be Single?
No.
Okay, it's one of my favorites. It's a rom-com with Dakota Johnson and Rebel Wilson and Leslie Mann and Damon Wayans Jr. And the movie starts off. It's actually the reason I moved to New York.
Really?
Yes, I saw the movie in theaters, and there's this. I'd always wanted to move to New York. Like it's always been.
Of course.
Always had a crush on New York, so to speak. And there's this shot,
better than Missouri,
which makes no sense because the character I believe lives in Brooklyn. Actually, no, it does make sense. In the beginning of the movie, she's crossing like the Brooklyn Bridge or the Manhattan Bridge into New York, and they're playing Taylor Swift's Welcome to New York. But then they pan the camera back and show
what the fuck?
This beautiful shot of Lower Manhattan as she's crossing the bridge. And in that moment, I was like, fuck it. I'm going. I'm doing it.
It was the Taylor Swift? This is what they chose? They couldn't get Biggie Small. She's not even from fucking New York.
There's one black person, and Jason Mantzoukas in the whole movie. Of course, they chose Taylor Swift.
There's no black people that worked on set. It was nothing. They didn't have no one in the music department. They didn't run that by anyone.
In the context of a rom-com starring mostly white characters, you go Taylor Swift.
No, you go.
And also, I don't think the character's a New Yorker. Taylor Swift also being a transplant. It sort of makes more sense because it's more parallel than a Biggie.
Nah, you
Mano.
No, you go fucking Brooklyn's finest when it starts with the gunshots. Okay, I'm reloaded.
See, that's why you direct hip hop videos. And not motherfucking rom-coms.
I can't do a rom-com.
Anyways,
right.
So the movie starts off with basically her telling her college boyfriend she wants to take a break.
For sure.
And the caveat to her break is to see other people. Is to be like, if this thing is meant to be, then we'll come back to each other, right? Mm-hmm. She goes out. She hooks up with a person or two. Realizes she is not into that being single thing like she thought she was. Mm-hmm. Calls the college boyfriend back. They go out for brunch. And she goes, I'm ready to get back together. And he was like, nah. Like, you've been out here doing whatever, doing whoever. I'm not about to be your second choice.
Second fiddle.
Right. Your Huckleberry.
Nigga Jim.
So that, you're just delaying a breakup.
Yeah. I think
at that point, just call a spade and call it.
Taking a break in that sense is really just having your cake and eating it too. That's all you're trying to do. Yes. You're just trying to literally have your cake and eat it too, which I don't think is fair.
To have a sexual rumspringa,
while
still having this sort of foundation to come back to, which I don't think is okay.
It's a book.
Unless you're both into that.
It's a book called Rumstringer. What the fuck?
Rumspringer is when Amish kids, when like they turn like 16 or 17, get to go like live free, wild, and in the city.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
And then they have to come back?
They got to come back. Actually, you get to choose if you want to come back or not. Most of them choose to go back.
Shit.
Except for the UPN actually had a show called Amish in the City where they basically did a documentary series.
About Amish people in the city?
Yeah. Oh, people doing Rumspringa. I think one or two of them stayed in the city.
Crazy.
But, well, that's fucking. If you're both into that, like if maybe you both agree that like maybe you want to try like some polyamory, or if whatever's within the boundaries of what you find acceptable in a break, and if you don't necessarily see eye to eye on that, then you just call it.
All right, so I could dig it. So womenshealthmag.com. I went the women's route, right? Because I feel like if I went the men's route, it would probably be a lot of the thing that we was talking about we don't fuck with. I'm just trying to be out here fucking and getting it on. So I was like, all right, let's think about it more on the other side. And being that we're men, I feel like it would be good to hear the perspective of a woman since we don't have one here. You're the closest thing with your tits.
You got titties too.
Not like yours, man. Yours is voluptuous.
But mine got muscles.
Mine too. There's 3 in there.
Why you got? I don't think it's 3 in there.
So it says pick a date, and so it's like a time frame more so. Like an actual therapist says anything longer than 4 to 6 weeks is basically just a breakup.
Yeah,
you might as well.
So like pick a time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was the thing. The other one is no break would look like another. So don't, I guess, base it off of what else you see, other things you see.
Right. Okay. So don't use someone else's dynamic or break as like a. I mean, you sort of could as a template. This is a template itself.
Yeah, but it's not someone's break template.
Right.
Set boundaries and stick to them. And number 4, decide if you're still exclusive.
Boy,
2 for 2.
I'm mentally stable in this bitch.
This is the one that you didn't say this, but you would agree with this. Don't tell the kids, or tell the kids. It says tell the kids or don't. So I, in my head, went don't tell the kids. I immediately was like, don't do it. Don't tell nobody but your friends.
Okay, if you married?
If you're married, taking a break,
but you have children,
that's a wild thing.
Yeah.
Is a break similar to separations in marriage when someone would get separated?
A trial separation, right?
Yeah.
I don't know much about marriage.
So I don't either. But I know separation is a thing, and oftentimes it's the precursor to actual divorce. So is like that kind of like on a lower scale? Is that what we're doing when we're just in a relationship? Are we going like we're just separating, seeing what's out there? Because if you're basing off of that, then I understand you having little rumspringers.
Right.
You're actually separated.
If you're married with children, that wouldn't necessarily be. My question is like logistics. Who live and where?
Yes. What's happening?
Especially if you're doing this dating other people thing.
Yes, that's very
I guess you go to the other person's house.
Yeah, but you can't come back to my house after that. Having all these rumspringers.
You got pussy on your breath coming back in my house?
You didn't bring me none?
Right.
That's selfish. That's why we went on the break.
That's why you said that's by yourself now.
Do activities that nurture you. So the therapist from the beginning said, try engaging in activities that nurture and reconnect you with the parts of yourself that you feel disconnected from. The key to a good break is to find what you've been missing.
Okay. It reminds me of like the 80-20 thing. 80-20 rule. Where you got 80. You're getting most of what you need from the person you're with. And you go to seek the other 20%. And then you drop your 80 for this new one, thinking you're getting that extra 20, but you're only getting 20.
Yes. And that's the wild part. Because I've been in a situation like that. But I didn't, being young, I didn't tell the girl that I was searching the 20. Mm-hmm. Guess what? I never found that 20.
Right.
And then when I found the 20, that's all I found.
Yeah. You 80 shot.
Yeah, man. And then by that time, it was too late.
Right.
Like, yo, remember that 80 you was giving me? Can I go on and get a little bit of that back? So I guess, figure yourself out, come to grips with who you are. Reconsider your expectations. So I guess I think that is smart. If you're taking a break, what do you expect to get from this break?
Sure.
What kind of clarity or whatever are you expecting? Mm-hmm. Both good or bad. Even when I write jokes, if I write jokes that have crowd work elements in it, and it's like I'm asking them something. Hey, have you guys ever? I always prepare for the
possible answers.
Yeah.
Right.
So I do think that expectations just in life, people should move like that. I think a lot of times people, when they have these things, they just have that one expectation and think that's the thing. And I will admit, comedy helped me in that capacity where I'm like, how many times have you set up a joke, tried to set up, and someone thinks they're trying to be cute, and they say the opposite on purpose? It'd be like, how many of y'all like breathing? And someone's like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
So it's like just having a thing there may be efficient to handle that problem. So that's kind of how I look at these situations. Even if it's going to be negative. I'm like, fuck it. I got to prepare.
Right.
She may find a dude.
Yeah.
Who's better.
This could be your idea, and then you're going to end up.
This was all your idea, and then she actually finds her 100%.
Right. But I mean, and earlier we made a reference to Friends. Because I'm going back to expectations, or I guess maybe it's communication, but Ross and Rachel are dating.
Yeah.
He's got this jealousy thing about her boss. She can't handle it. She says go on a break. He immediately goes, oh, that means we broke up. And he goes and fucks the copy girl.
Yeah.
And then she comes back to his spot all right, I'm ready to get back together. Just to find this winch in his apartment.
Wow.
But, I mean, because expectations were not transparent, they weren't forward in what they thought was about to happen. I thought Ross was not technically wrong.
No.
Which I think most people agree that Ross, we were on a break.
Yeah, but that's why you got to specify what it is. And number 8, don't abandon your responsibilities. So it's like well, this is, I guess, looking at it from a marriage point, because it's like
if I work for you and I'm laid off, ain't no fucking way. Kiss my whole ass.
Now we getting back together now. Just not with you as
we just need you to keep doing the job. We just not gonna pay you for 6 months. Get the boy.
You come over, you eat my pussy, you leave.
Right.
And that's it. No reciprocation.
And then I watch fucking Dateline with Earl.
Yeah. Ew. Earl. You and your partner's finances are intertwined.
Sure, I think that's more of if you're serious married sort of thing. Yeah.
Evaluate.
Can't stop mowing the lawn, Chief.
why you need this break one last time.
Right, and that's more so. I think we'll go into what I was thinking. Like, if a break is, I just need some me/resetting time.
Yeah, and
I just need to be alone in my skin and with my thoughts for a bit.
But I think that's more of a break than it's more like a mental health day, I guess.
Yeah,
right. So like I just need time.
Just taking PTO.
Yeah, I just need to
from having to be with
responsibilities
that person.
of a relationship. And that's another thing. Relationships do have responsibilities and sometimes can be a lot. If you're going through a lot already in life and now you got that on top of everything else, sometimes you may I just need to chill. It doesn't mean I'm out here fucking. I just need to not worry about this responsibility at this current moment until I handle this shit.
Right. You watch Blackish?
I have.
So they go on a trial separation. Dre and Rainbow. And I
didn't like that.
But it was more so the thing where they needed time just apart for a bit. They did a trial separation. But he never abandoned his responsibilities. One, the kids, but two, and the reason they got back together was her daddy died.
So he came.
He's still her husband.
Yeah.
They're still married. They're not seeing other people. It's just a break from
togetherness.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's still, as soon as that news broke, he stepped back into those shoes. But not necessarily as with her, but to be there for, because his wife.
That's heavy. That's heavy shit.
Yeah.
Do you think you can actually facilitate a break?
If it depends on boundaries.
So everything they said is everything you essentially agree with, right? This is one.
If it's just I need me time, I'm not about to update Tinder or go fuck around with somebody and I meet in the bar. It's just I need to reset for me. Sure, I respect that.
But what if you do actually want to fuck someone else?
Me or them?
You. Do you?
No.
You push it down. You push that feeling down.
Because I'm still with that person.
Cool.
And in the contractual obligation, in the dynamic we have, in what we agree upon, we're still only
can
seeing
be contractual.
Each other.
It depends.
We're only seeing each other. So
for sure.
As far if I were to do that, then I cheated.
For sure.
So that wouldn't be cool on my part.
Now, what if she is honest and open and says, "Hey, I really just want to fuck the mailroom guy, but I don't want to lose you. I just really want to get that off, and I'm coming right back to you."
You need to just.
You need to go get that off and be free, Queen.
Right. Yeah. I'm a style. I'm gonna give you free. You need to
I'm gonna have my little glory tear as I turn around. But
you need to get, if that's what you need, then that's what you need. But toast can't be bread again on that one.
I agree. That's one. Hey, you got one I actually agree with. I think that's a good point for us to be out. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. And on that note,
peace out.